This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being made possible by Hood Canal Communications, committed to providing quality services that exceed customer expectations in voice, video, data, and customer service, keeping our community connected since 1934. Mason PUD3, connecting our community with safe, reliable, economical, and sustainable services 24/7. And Mason Health, united community, empowered people, exceptional health.
Well, good evening and welcome to Terry Gregg Court in the Shelton High School Mini Dome. Tonight, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has the Pigtail game into the Class 2A District 4 Boys Basketball Tournament featuring the Columbia River Rapids and the Shelton Highclimbers. My name is Diedrich Allen, and joining me is Jerry Apple.
How you doing, Diedrich?
I'm pretty good, Jerry.
Return of last year.
Yes. We'll get into that in just a moment, but I got to take a minute to shuffle some stuff around. Shelton is 11-8 on the season, finished 4th in the Evergreen Conference with a 6-6 record. Highclimbers are coming off Monday's 66-47 win at Rochester. The Climbers have won their last 5 games. Columbia River has an 8-12 overall record and finished 5th in the Greater St. Helens League with an 8-8 mark. Rapids last played a week ago and lost at Richfield 54-50. CR has won 3 of their last 5 games. If this matchup sounds familiar, as Jerry mentioned, well, it is. Last year, these teams played in Vancouver, with Shelton beating Columbia River at the buzzer 50-48. I have a flashback moment for everybody here. .3 seconds remains in regulation.
Well, we'll see what Krager Sam drew up on this out-of-bounds play. They're either going to lob it into, they can lob it into either Chucky or Ireland or Matai. Let's see what they come up with here.
Goose will inbounds it.
They got plenty of time. Just lob it in and shoot, catch and shoot.
Baseline inbounds. They're going to get it in, lob it in. As you said, Ireland puts it up. And in at the buzzer! Oh my goodness! Count it, it's a winner. Oh my! Jerry called it, look at that, oh boy.
Yeah, they had time.
Wow.
What a game.
Wow. Tyler Ireland just stole that game away from a great comeback from Columbia River, Jerry. I'm almost stunned here.
And that's the way it ended last year. And we'll see what we get tonight as a rematch of these two teams. Different location. And a few players on both teams were played in that game last year, Jerry.
They were.
So coming up, we will give you the starting lineups. Jerry will have some keys to the game. Of course, the tip-off. It's the Pigtail game into the Class 2A District 4 Boys Basketball Tournament, the Columbia River Rapids at the Shelton Highclimbers on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
Mason Health wants you to stay healthy. Are you turning 65? Mason Health can help you maximize all that Medicare has to offer. Did you know Medicare covers preventive services under the Medicare Wellness Program? Medicare coverage includes screenings for depression, diabetes, obesity, and alcohol misuse. You can also get mammograms, pap smears, pelvic exams, and more. Talk to your healthcare provider, or you can find more information on masongeneral.com. Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back. Wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
And we're back in the mini dome. Diedrich Allen, Jerry Apple for you up at the top of the stands, opposite the scorer's table, the place we've been all season long. Jerry, let's get into your keys to the game.
Yes. Control the tempo. Keep our turnovers down to 15 or under. Columbia River is going to press tonight. We have the height advantage. We should control the boards. But we've got to break the press and not rush it. I see us hitting 70% or better tonight. We've got to make the one-on-ones at the end of the first and second half. I see Wheatley, I see Gabe, I see Mason all hitting a couple threes tonight. We've got to do the inside-outside game. Get it into the post. They don't have a shot, pass it back out for the three or long two. Don't let down. Columbia River is scrappy. Last year, they proved that in the second half.
Yes. They
came back. They are up for this game, just like we are. They want to win. They remember last year. We've got to play our best. We can win, but we've got to control a lot of things.
All right, Jerry, since we have you here, I'm going to keep you working here.
Good.
We're going to get into the starting lineups, all right?
I would be happy to.
Let's get to it right now.
Sounds good. First, for the visiting Columbia River Rapids, under Coach Travis Drake, at one guard, a 6-foot sophomore, Hezekiah Bonder. At the other guard, number 3, a 5'10 sophomore, Ari Richardson. At one forward, number 23, a 6-foot sophomore, Aaron Hoey. At the other forward, number 11, Brooks Greenwald, a 6-foot sophomore. And starting at center, rounding out the lineup, is 6'2" junior, number 10, Adam Reeder. And now the starting lineup for the Highclimbers. At one guard for the Highclimbers under the direction of Coach Sam Krieger. Guard number 1, the 6'2" junior, Omar Zapata Soda. At the other guard, number 20, a 6-foot junior, Jaden Fuller. At one forward, a 6'3" senior, Mason Goose. The other forward, number 33, a 6'1" junior, Riley Cordova. And rounding out the starting lineup, Diedrich, tonight for the Highclimbers is number 40, a 6'4" junior, Matt Carlton.
All right, thank you, Jerry. I noticed on my graphic I had that wrong. I had the numbers and names all mixed up. But, you know, it's the way it has gone all season, hasn't it, Jerry? We just haven't had a perfect broadcast as of yet. But we'll get to it. We are going to take another timeout, and we'll be back with more from the Mini Dome, as is a Pigtail game in the Class 2A District 4 tournament. All coming up next on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This changes everything. Next TV is here. It's the full-featured digital TV service delivered to your smart TV or connected devices by fast, reliable Hood Canal fiber internet. Record your favorites on a cloud DVR, then watch from anywhere. Pause and rewind live TV, restart or replay shows you've missed, and more. Call or click hcc.net for a special offer on Next TV today.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiate.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
With every load secured, every cigarette butt that doesn't go out the window, every fast food bag that arrives at its proper destination, and every time we politely say, hey, there's a better place for that, Washington gets a little cleaner, a little safer, a little more breathtaking. Because small choices add up to a home we can all be proud of. We keep Washington litter-free.
Mason Health wants you to stay healthy. Are you turning 65? Mason Health can help you maximize all that Medicare has to offer. Did you know Medicare covers preventive services under the Medicare Wellness Program? Medicare coverage includes screenings for depression, diabetes, obesity, and alcohol misuse. You can also get mammograms, pap smears, pelvic exams, and more. Talk to your healthcare provider, or you can find more information on masongeneral.com.
And we're back in a raucous mini dome. Band is in the building making noise like they have for most of the season when they're here.
They're great.
Yeah.
They're so enthusiastic. I even started dancing.
Yeah, he did. And they were walking in here, and all they're doing is playing the drums. And Jerry's up here dancing and shaking the whole building.
And we got a good crowd tonight.
Yeah, it filled in quite nicely. The student body is below us to our right, plus a little bit more on our left, and a decent crowd across the way. So we're going to get this game tipped off in a moment. We're going to do this national anthem here next. We will take a break. We'll be back with the announcement of the starters here as we're getting set for playoff basketball in the Mini Dome tonight on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's all good if you think you should check in. Yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD 3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back, wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD 3 at 360-426-8255.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see.
D-E-P-R.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale.
Bipolar?
Sorting out a mental health concern takes professional diagnosis and treatment.
Anxiety. I thought so.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
And we're back here in the Mini Dome. Terry Gregg at court as the starting lineups are being announced here. Hezekiah Ponder, Ari Richardson, Aaron Hoey, Adam Reeder, and Brooks Greenewald are the starters for the Rapids. For the Highclimbers, a little change in their lineup. Omar Zepeda Soto, Mason Goose, Jaden Fuller, Wheatley Cordova, and Matt Carleton. And Jerry, you were telling me about a write-up on Facebook about Wheatley?
I sure was. The write-up was this. He was in second in three-pointers in the league. There was one person ahead of him from Tumwater.
Yeah, the Brewer.
Brewer. Good job, Wheatley. Yeah. And Wheatley had a 13.5 average in league play. Proud of you, Wheatley.
Yeah, 13.5. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And he's always like, you call him Steady Eddie. He's just the guy you go to. He's just reliable, and he's an all-around player.
I kind of gave him a different name at the end, the Iceman, when he made those 2 free throws at the end of the game.
Right.
To win that game.
Well, they're announcing the Highclimbers right now. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the tip-off between the Rapids and the Highclimbers in district playoffs next on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
Are you ready for some basketball, Jerry?
I sure am, and I'm really proud of the Highclimbers. They've won their last, 5 games?
Yep.
Played really well, especially the second half of the season. And they're going to be playing a very good, scrappy team tonight from Vancouver, the Columbia River
Rapids.
There
is a change of the starting lineup already. Is Nico Valdez, as I had his name originally posted in there. He's in the center circle wearing number 24. So he'll be facing off against Matt Carleton. Highclimbers in their white uniforms, red numbers. The Rapids are in the purple with the gold numbers, and the ball is ready to get thrown up. And the tip is won by the Rapids. Richardson will get it to Ponder, and here come Columbia River. Up top it goes. There's Reeder over to the far side, looking low. Around the horn it comes, and here is Ponder stepping back and resetting for the Rapids. Hoey, down it goes to Valdez. Out it goes, 3 on the way and off. That was by Hoey, and the rebound goes to the Highclimbers. Here comes the Zepeda Soto. Omar to the foul line, leaves it for Carleton. Hand it off to Fuller. Fuller to the baseline. To Cordova, steps back, and then there's a travel and a turnover on the Highclimbers in their first possession of the ball game. Just underway here in the Pigtail game in the district playoffs. Columbia River Rapids and the Shelton Highclimbers. Here's Ponder, walking the ball up slowly. Swing it over near side, and Richardson up top. Who's 23? Jerry. Oh, that's Hoey. Driving to the hoop was Ponder. Missed the shot. Rebound goes to Goose. Mason will bring the ball up the court. Goose to the top of the key to the foul line. Stops. Looks for the backdoor cutter, but leave it Cordova. Cordova fakes the 3 with 18 on the shot clock. Drives in. Missed the shot. Runner was off, and the rebound was pulled down by Carleton, who's fouled trying to put it back up and in. And the first whistle of the game goes on. Number 3, it's going to be Ari Richardson. Matt Carleton at the free throw line for the first of 2, trying to put somebody on board here. In and out on the first one. He'll get another one. Second free throw. That one goes in for Matt, and it's a 1-0 game. Ponder will bring the ball up again, this time a little bit of a jog. Here's Hoey. Hand it back to Richardson. I'm sorry, Ponder, excuse me. To the foul line, kick it to the corner, and that is a Reeder. Loses the handle out of bounds, a turnover on the Rapids. A little bit of press shown. Goose will get it into Carleton. Turns and faces the rim in the back court, hand it back to Goose. Mason on the dribble. Hand it off to Zepeda Soto. Omar on the drive to the foul line. Right to the hoop. Puts it up over Richardson, up and in. Omar. Zepeda Soto with the first basket of the game. It's 3-0. Here's Ponder between the circles. Gets a screen. Doesn't take it. He's going to go drive to the paint. He'll kick it to, what was that? That's Reeder. Missed the three. And Goose will rip it down and throw it all the way up to Fuller. Fuller to the paint. Put it up with a little hesitation. Up short. Rebound pulled down by Reeder. Going to go coast to coast with a little backwards shot that fell off, but did draw the foul to the free throw line. Is going to be Adam Reeder. And Goose is called with his first. Got the first one. He'll get another one. You got them both. Make it a 3-2 ball game. Shelton with the lead and the ball. Here's Jaden Fuller. Waves everybody off, calls the play. Hands it off to Goose. Working that far sideline. Mason has got Reeder all over him. 14 on the shot clock. Mason stops in the paint, kicks it to Cordova for three in the corner, near side. That's off. Rebound tapped out of bounds. That was tapped out by Hoey. It'll be Highclimber ball. Baseline inbounds, right of the backboard. Fuller will trigger the play. You've got Omar in the far corner, Carlton in the near corner, and it goes into Goose on the box. He'll back down, or back out. Turnaround hook for Mason is off. Rebound pulled down by Reeder. Here comes Adam Reeder the other way for the Rapids. Out it goes to Richardson. Stops on the side of the paint. Kick it to Valdez. Valdez to the foul line, spinning, challenging, puts it up short. Recovered by Goose. Out it goes to Cordova. Cordova gets the screen from Carleton. One hands it up to the top, and here's Goose. Goose faked the outside drive, drives down the paint. Throws it to Cordova. Tight defense there by Ponder. Wheatley nearly had it stolen away. Tracked it down, finds Omar. Zepeda Soto with 5 on the shot clock. He's going to launch a three at the top. That's short, but right into the hands of Ponder. He'll push it up to Reeder. Reeder to the hoop with a scoop. Adam Reeder with 4 points. All four of the...
They're putting a lot of pressure on Wheatley. Cordova.
Here's Carleton with the dribbles up top. Hand it off to Cordova. Between the legs dribble. Changing directions, lost the ball out of bounds. Another turnover on the Highclimbers.
Columbia River is playing a zone, but number one for Columbia River, Hezekiah Ponder, is basically playing one-on-one with Cordova.
Reeder has the ball, finds Richardson. Richardson back over to Ponder. He'll spread it out.
Scar.
And Ponder will take the dribbles to the top. Going to change direction, double pumps to the hoop, missed the shot. Good defense by Carleton, who picked up the Ponder on that. Here comes Mason Goose. Goose is going to hesitate and then drive down the lane to the hoop. It popped in. Mason asking for the foul the whole way, not going to get it in these kind of games.
Mason's doing a good job of taking the ball to the hoop tonight.
Ponder with the ball. Going to drive, kick it to the corner. Here's Richardson for three in the far corner. That's off. Rebound. Cordova tapped it to Carleton, and he'll hand it off to Goose. Goose will get it up to Cordova. Wheatley on the run to the three-point arc. Hesitates to the box. Going to stop, leave it for the trailer. That's Carleton. Out it goes to Goose. Goose takes the screen from Carleton. Going to drive in, kick it to Cordova for three from the elbow. No. Goose grabs the rebound off the floor. Hands it to Cordova, put it up. It came rimmed off, and Valdez will pull down that rebound. Get it to Ponder, pushing the pace for the Rapids. Going to go right to the hoop. Nope, he's going to kick it out to Reeder. Reeder fakes the three, leaves it there for Richardson. Richardson up top to Valdez. He'll take the three at the top. He'll hit the three from the top. Unless I got the numbers wrong, Jerry.
Yeah, Valdez is giving him a good presence inside. And can shoot from the outside, too. Looks like.
Here's Fuller with the ball. Finds Carlton cutting up to the top. Hand it off to Goose. Goose will draw the double team, and then it'll back off. Swing it over to Cordova at the elbow, beyond the three-point arc, gets a screen, dribbles to the top, finds Goose. Goose has 8 on the shot clock, drives, spinning, throws it up over the defense. It goes in. Mason Goose with his second basket.
Yeah, he's 2 for 3 from the field. Doing a nice job.
Ponder gets it to Reeder. Back to Ponder. Now here's Reeder again. Near side. Here's Richardson. Finds Reeder. Reeder gets it. It was 23. It's Hoey, and there's a miss by Valdez. And rebound goes to Goose. Here comes Cordova up the far side. 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. 7-7 game. Cordova back and forth. Steps back for a long 2. Missed it. Carlton had it poked out of his hands right to Reeder. Reeder going the other way. Nice bounce pass to Ponder. Ponder reverse layup goes in. That's Hezekiah's first basket. It's a 2-point lead for Columbia River. 1:20 to go first quarter. Cordova with the ball. Up top to Carleton. Hand it off to Omar Zepeda Soto. He'll drive the foul line. Stripped of the ball. Rolls to midcourt. Soto comes to sliding. And there's a jump ball called. That should stay with the Highclimbers. It does. 3 up off of both benches, Jerry. Journey Bear Perez steps in for the Highclimbers. Gabe Menifee in for Shelton as well, along with Shane Gibson. For the Rapids, it's Carter Sharon. Number 15 is John Reeder. And the third player, who is that? Oh, nice play. Shane
Beautiful
Gibson.
pass by Gabe Menifee.
And number 12 checked in. That was Miles Fitzwilson. Okay, now I've got the lineup set. It's a 9-9 game, under a minute to go here first quarter. Here's Fitzwilson. Finds Hoey, and he's going to draw the foul on Journey Bear, it looks like. We'll see. The reaction of Journey Bear, yes. He'll get his first personal. It's the second team foul on the Highclimbers. At the free throw line is Aaron Hoey. Got the first one. He'll get another one. 46.3 seconds to go first quarter. Didn't he get that?
He made it.
I didn't post on the board. Second one goes in. 2, 4, 6, 9.
Made both.
10. Okay, whatever. There it is, a 2-point lead. There we go. Fuller handed off to Menifee. Gets it to Journey Bear, handed to Fuller. Fuller hesitates, kicks it to the corner near side. Cordova up to the elbow. And it's Gibson back to Journey Bear. Had it stripped of the ball, and they're going to catch a foul on Carter Shuren. It's his first. Second team foul on the Rapids. It'll be a sideline inbounds, far sideline between the scorer's table and the Rapids bench. Goes into backcourt to Menifee. Menifee throws it over to the side, and Fuller, and his pass down low is deflected by Hoey out of bounds. It'll be Highclimber ball with 17.8 seconds to go in the quarter. Right of the backboard, midway between the 3-point arc and the backboard. Lob it into Gibson. Over to Cordova. Wheatley throws it to Fuller in the paint. Try to step by. Little shuffle pass underneath his Journey Bear, and he'll put it up and in off the dribble.
Nice pass by Fuller.
Good patience by Journey Bear. Here's Ponder at the buzzer. Ooh, just missed it. We're through one quarter. 11 for Columbia River, 11 for Shelton. We'll be back. Waiting for the start of the second quarter. 11-11. That's our score. It'll be Columbia River ball to start the second quarter. Highclimbers stay with Journey Bear, Gibson, Fuller, Cordova, and Menifee. The Rapids will counter. I think we have a new player in there as Leslie McCauley has stepped in. Is that right? Do I see number 5 out there? Or was I seeing things? Nope, he's out there.
Number 12?
Yeah, number 5. Along with John Reeder, Ari Richardson, Carter Sharon, and number 12 is going to be Miles Fitzwilson. Now we have a discussion here.
One thing I've noticed about Columbia River, they're 4 for 4 on the foul line.
I think the discussion is whether number 5 checked in during the timeout. I'm sure he did. Or did somebody not see that number on the sheet? I don't know. Well, it's been a good tight ball game so far.
It has, and very few fouls, only 2 apiece. Turnovers, well, that's another thing. 1 apiece. So, yeah, it's been a pretty well-played game.
All right, we got whatever was going on figured out. We're ready to start the second quarter. So Richardson will ask somebody to come help him. They'll get it in to Fitzwilson. They'll hand it off to John Reeder. He's going to go right down the lane. He's going to be fouled by Fuller. Fuller had a hold of his arm. No questioning that foul, Jerry. But they're going to say it's on the drive. So it'll be a baseline inbounds for the Rapids. Left of the backboard for Richardson. They're on the line on the key. Richardson gets it in. Here's Sharon. Hand it off to Reeder. Reeder kick it to the near corner. It's Fitzwilson for 3. That's in. Miles Fitzwilson gives the Rapids a 14-11 lead. Here's Wheatley Cordova for the Highclimbers trying to get by the defense. He'll hand it off to Gibson. Shane on the dribbles. Stops. Got to get it to somebody. He'll hand it off to Menifee. Nearly stolen near mid-court. Rapids are, oh, there's a steal. Stripped away. And here goes Sharon to the hoop. Tried to dunk it. It popped out. Richardson tracked down the rebound. Resets it up top to McCauley. Kick it to Richardson in the corner. Fakes the 3, drives baseline. Hooks it to McCauley. McCauley out it goes. 3 on the way by Reeder. That's in. John Reeder with a 3, and that gives the Rapids a 6-point lead, their largest of the night. 17-11. Here's Wheatley Cordova trying to get by the defense. The Rapids finds Fuller. Fuller calls out the play. Gets it to Menifee. Near side to Gibson. Shane on the dribble. Hook it down to the cutter, and that is Menifee. It's out of bounds, and they say it went off of Menifee. However, I thought it went off McCauley. Either way, it's a turnover on the Highclimbers.
Yeah, 3rd turnover. Columbia River now is playing a man-to-man, strictly.
John Reeder gets the ball inbounds. He'll turn on the Jets crossing midcourt, leave it there. Nice little play, and it dropped in for number 21, Carter Sharon. And a steal on the inbounds by John Reeder. Out it goes 3 for Richardson. It goes in. All the Highclimbers need a timeout. It's a 30. 22-11 is the score. The Rapids have just exploded here early on in the second. Turnovers and 3s, Jerry.
Yep.
3 of them in the quarter.
Yeah, they've had 4 threes all together in the game.
Yeah.
And, yeah, the Highclimbers are starting to pile up the turnovers.
And the Rapids have scored 11 straight points here in, about a minute and a half.
Yeah, they've scored all 11 points so far in this quarter. 11-0 run.
22-11 is their score. The Highclimbers have the ball coming out of the timeout. See, Journey Bear has stepped back in there. And I'm sorry, he was on. It was Omar Zepeda Soto back in there. And Wheatley Cordova will sit down, as does Jaden Fuller. It's Goose's return for the Highclimbers. Inbounds goes to Zepeda Soto. Omar bothered in backcourt, finds Menifee. Gabe will bring it up. Menifee kicks it out to the Goose for 3. That's off. Rebound pulled down by Sharon. Whoop. And here come the Rapids the other way. Here's Reeder, John Reeder, to the foul line. Right down the lane. He'll kick it to Sharon. Extra pass in the corner. 3 on the way by Fitzwilson goes in. That's his second 3 in the quarter. That pushes the lead up to 14. Inbounds to Gibson. Gibson fakes the ball. He'll hand it to Menifee. Menifee in back court. Guarded by McCauley. And Menifee nearly turned it over. His pass up court, however, is stolen away by Fitz Wilson. And I'll hand it off to John Reeder. Looks back at his coach for some direction. Swinging over near side with Fitz Wilson. Richardson back in there. I didn't see that substitution. Here's Reeder with a little runner. That's a little short. Journey Bear with the rebound. Slapped out of his hands by John Reeder. He's going to be called with a personal. That's his first third-team foul.
Miles Fitzwilson has 3 3-pointers so far. 2 in this quarter. Is that right? Is that what you have?
Yeah. It'll be Highclimber ball in their backcourt. Jaden Fuller returns for the Highclimbers. And Adam Reeder is back on the court for the Rapids. Guess we go Reeder for Reeder, isn't that right, Jerry? I don't see John out there. Inbounds goes to Goose in backcourt. Highclimbers trailing 25-11. And another foul on the Rapids. This one will go on Adam Reeder, his first fourth-team foul. So the reaching in that wasn't called in the first quarter is now being called, it appears, Jerry. Goose will get it into Fuller in backcourt, guarded by Richardson. Fuller crosses midcourt. Nearly got away with a over and back. Here's Journey Bear. Roy on the dribble. Got to get it out of the side of the paint. And he'll throw it to Omar Zepeda Soto, and there's a foul on the sidelines right in front of the Rapids bench.
And it's okay for the coach or the captain of the team that thinks they're having problems with officials to talk to the officials in a nice way. And maybe that's what they did at the end of the first quarter.
It's possible. Inbounds goes to Omar Zepeda Soto, and then another foul. Back-to-back fouls on Leslie McCauley.
Yep.
That's 2 on him. 15 foul on the Rapids. Coach Drake is pleading his case for these fouls. Be sideline inbounds for the Highclimbers. Fuller got to get it in here. He'll get it into Journey Bear. Hand it off to Zepeda Soto. Omar to the paint. Trying to pivot out of some trouble. Gets it to Goose. Goose with 20 on the shot clock. Asks for the screen. He's going to go right by the screen. Stop in the paint. Leave it in the middle, and it's stolen away by Sharon. Carter gets it to McCauley. McCauley up the court. Swing it over. And this is Adam Reeder up top to Fitz Wilson. 3 on the way and off. Rebound. Goose had it. Stepped on the baseline. And it goes right back over to the Rapids. And Bishop Manning steps into the ball game.
And that is the first shot missed by Miles Fitzwilson.
So Bishop Manning will clog up the middle at 6'5" in those long arms. Baseline inbounds for the Rapids. And then Aaron Hoey will step back onto the court as Miles Fitzwilson will sit down, get a much-deserved rest. Richardson looking for the inbounds from the baseline. Lob it to Reeder. One hands it over to Richardson, turns and shoots a 3 and hits a 3. Oh, that's his second 3, and the 3s are falling in for the Rapids here early. They're now up 17, 28-11. I'm sorry, yes, that's right. Here's Fuller. Fuller handed off to Manning. Bishop, who nearly got away with a kick there. Handed off to Goose. Got 12 to work on the shot clock. Mason's going to go drive into the paint. Stop. Had it blocked by Sharon, but they're going to call Carter with his second personal. 16 foul, and that sends Mason Goose to the free throw line. Try to put the Highclimbers on the scoreboard here in the second quarter.
17-0 run.
Yeah, they have not scored at all, the Highclimbers. And there's the first point. Mason Goose with the free throw.
And that breaks the ice, breaks the run.
Valdez will step back onto the court for the Rapids, as does Ponder. Menifee returns for the Highclimbers. Shelton's Mason Goose with his second of 2 free throws. Got them both. Here's Reeder to the three-point arc on the near side. Hand it off to Ponder. Ponder will spread out the defense of the Highclimbers. And he's going to go right down the lane, kick it to the corner. 3 on the way by Reeder. That's off. Rebound Fuller for the Highclimbers. And here comes Menifee up to Goose. Goose slowing the pace down. Over it goes to, well, as Manning had his pocket picked, here comes Richardson the other way. Behind the back dribble at the top, leaving for Valdez. Valdez drives down the lane, runs over Manning, and a charge is called. Valdez can't believe that call. It's his first personal 7th-team foul on the Rapids. I mean, Bishop Manning was standing in the middle of the paint. How do you miss a 6'5" guy with long arms as long as Bishop has?
Yeah.
Bishop has had a lot of playing time as of late on varsity.
Bishop was set, though.
Yeah, he was definitely set. Here's Mason Goose trying to get by Ponder. One-on-one crossing midcourt. The lever for Zepeda Soto. Omar back to Goose. Goose jab steps and takes a three. Hits a three. They count that. Mason Goose with 9 points. He cuts the lead to 12 for the Rapids. Here's Ponder. Going to drive down the lane. Stop and pop at the foul line. That's off the back of the iron. Rebound right into the bouncing hands of Gabe Menifee. Menifee on the dribbles. Hesitates. Going to go right to the hoop. Around Valdez. Missed the shot. Manning had it poked out by Valdez. Up it goes. It's saved in bounds to Ponder. Ponder attacks, leads it for Richardson. Richardson puts it up and in. A lot happened on that play. A timeout called. 2:20 to go in the first half. It's 30-16. Columbia River up. We'll take a break.
Mason Health wants you to stay healthy. Are you turning 65? Mason Health can help you maximize all that Medicare has to offer. Did you know Medicare covers preventive services under the Medicare Wellness Program? Medicare coverage includes screenings for depression, diabetes, obesity, and alcohol misuse. You can also get mammograms, pap smears, pelvic exams, and more. Talk to your healthcare provider, or you can find more information on masongeneral.com.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
Back to playing action here. And a turnover on the inbounds. Here's Huey. Out it goes to Reeder. Back to Hoey. And a reset to Ponder off the turnover. And Hoey will get it back to Richardson. Richardson up top to Valdez. Nico will get it over. A three on the way by Hoey. That's in. It's his first three of the ball game. Here comes Gabe Menifee.
Is that their tie for the biggest lead?
17. Yeah, 17. Fuller with the ball. Over to Zepeda Soto. Omar puts one up and in. That's Omar's second basket. Makes it 33-18 with a minute and a half to go in the first half. Valdez up top. Near side to Ponder. To Richardson, and to go back and reach for that ball. Here's Reeder down to Valdez on the baseline. He's going to go to work on Bishop Manning, put it up and in. Nico Valdez with his second basket, and he has 5 points. Gabe Menifee with the ball in backcourt. Just dances up that sideline, so he'll get it to Zepeda Soto. Omar back and forth on the dribble. Reset it to Menifee. 15 on the shot clock. Hand it off to Fuller. Spinning is Fuller to the hoop. Missed the shot and draws the foul. The foul went on Richardson, is that right? I say it went on Richardson. Fuller short on the first one. He'll get another one. Here comes Matt Carleton for Bishop Manning. And John Reeder steps back on for the Rapids. Second free throw by Fuller goes in. Nope, they're going to say it is. Wave that one off.
Lane violation?
Yeah, looks that way. 35-18, 45.8 seconds remain here in the first half. Columbia River with the ball and the lead. Here's John Reeder. Leave it for Adam Reeder. Back up top to Valdez. Leave it for Ponder. Ponder's going to dribble right down the lane, put it up and in. 6 points for Hezekiah. It's 37-18.
Biggest lead, 19.
Here's Menifee with a nice little move in the paint. Missed a shot. Rebound pulled down by Hoey. Get it to Reeder. Reeder.
Playing for one last shot.
And Reeder jumps to the hoop, puts it up, missed a shot. Carlton with the rebound. The full court shot hits the glass. But we're through a half. Columbia River 37, Shelton 18. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. It's halftime.
We all depend on them for medical emergencies, to keep our highways safe, and to get back on the road. And emergency responders depend on us to watch for them, to slow down and move over. We do it for the people out there taking the risks while helping others, and the people who care about them, because most of us agree that we all share a responsibility for safety on our roads.
This changes everything. Next TV is here. It's the full-featured digital TV service delivered to your smart TV or connected devices by fast, reliable Hood Canal fiber internet. Record your favorites on a cloud DVR, then watch from anywhere. Pause and rewind live TV, restart or replay shows you've missed, and more. Call or click hcc.net for a special offer on Next TV today.
Kids will be kids, which just goes to say kids will be curious. They get into everything, everything. If there's a loaded firearm in the house, they could get their hands on that too. Keeping firearms locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition in a place inaccessible to kids can help keep your loved ones safe from family fire. Safe gun storage saves lives.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being made possible by Hood Canal Communications, committed to providing quality services that exceed customer expectations in voice, video, data, and customer service, keeping our community connected since 1934. Mason PUD3, connecting our community with safe, reliable, economical, and sustainable services 24/7. And Mason Health, United Community, Empowered People, Exceptional Health.
And it's halftime here in the Mini Dome. Columbia River 37, Shelton 18, the Rapids. Well, how about this for balanced scoring? 6 points for Hezekiah Bond Ponder, 6 points for Ari Richardson, 6 points for Miles Fitz-Wilson, 5 for Aaron Hoey, 5 for Nico Valdez. 3 points for John Reeder, 2 points for Carter Sharon, and let's see, 4 points for Adam Reeder. For the Highclimbers, their leading scorer is Mason Goose. He has 9 points, 4 for Omar Zepeda Soto, a basket for Journey Bear Roy Perez, and a basket for Shane Gibson, and a free throw for Matt Carleton. Well, it's the halftime score. Columbia River 37, Shelton 18. We'll take another timeout. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, as Jerry has some more stats for us.
You know you don't have to wear your PT gear anymore, right?
It's comfortable.
So how's civilian life treating you?
It's fine.
When I got out, I didn't want to admit that there was anything wrong because it felt like a failure. And then I realized, like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I started talking to someone. Maybe you are fine, but if you're not, it's okay.
Thank you.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back, wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
This changes everything. Next TV is here. It's the full-featured digital TV service delivered to your smart TV or connected devices by fast, reliable Hood Canal fiber internet. Record your favorites on a cloud DVR, then watch from anywhere. Pause and rewind live TV, restart or replay shows you've missed, and more. Call or click hcc.net for a special offer on Next TV today.
Halftime in the Mini Dome. Columbia River 37, Shelton 18. This is the Pigtail game into the Class 2A District 4 tournament. And Jerry Apple has some more statistics.
I do. Thanks, Cedric. Columbia River is 4 for 4 from the foul line. They have shot 14 for 28 from the field. 50%. 7 for 13 through three-point line. That's about 55%. 7 three-pointers so far, led by Miles Fitzwilson with 3. Also, remember this information. Columbia River, according to my statistics, has only had 1 turnover. Wow. And they have had 12 assists. That's amazing. Now, Shelton has out-rebounded Columbia River 12-8. Now let's give you the stats for Shelton. Shelton is 4 for 6 from the foul line, 66%. Here's the problem. They've only had 3 assists. They've had 10 turnovers. They are 7 for 20 from the field for 35%. 1 for 6 from three-point land. Got to make some of those threes. I'll have to give Columbia River a lot of credit. What a tenacious defense.
Yeah, they're pressuring every time the Highclimbers have the ball.
Every
breathing
time.
room.
They've been all over Wheatley Cordova.
Well, the word's out on Wheatley.
And that's about it. But they're getting a lot. They're hitting the open person.
Yeah. All right. We have a third quarter yet to go, or second half as well. It's 37-18 at the break. We'll be back with the third quarter in just a moment.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
This broadcast is copyright protected by Digiproof on behalf of Diedrich Allen and Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of its contents, pictures, descriptions, and accounts without the consent of Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, MasonWebTV.com, and Hood Canal Communications is prohibited.
Waiting for the start of the third quarter. Jerry?
Yes. The coach for Columbia River inserted Valdez into the starting lineup at the last moment to help take away that height advantage that the Highclimbers had. Will Shelton make a comeback in the second half like
Columbia River did last year? Highclimbers will start out with the ball. They have Carleton, Zepeda Soto, Cordova, Goose, and Fuller. Fuller will get it into Cordova, into the front court. Guarded by Ponder. Over to Carleton. Hand it off to, nope, he will not. He'll keep it. And then he'll hand it off to Zepeda Soto. Omar on the dribble. Hooks it back to Carleton. Dribble over to the near side. Here's Fuller. Fuller on the dribble. And a three on the way by Zepeda Soto. It goes in. That's the first three for Omar. Cuts that lead down just a little bit. Here's Ponder. Near side to Richardson. To Reeder. Back to Richardson. Open for three at the elbow. He'll hit it. That's his third three. Push the lead back to 19. Their largest of the night. Here's Goose trying to get by Hoey. Drives the paint. Leaves it down there. Try to get it to Carleton. It's knocked out of bounds. Say it went off of Valdez out of bounds. It'll be Highclimber ball with 19 on the shot clock. Fuller will inbounds it from the right of the backboard. Looks in the middle. They'll get in the corner near side to Cordova. Wheatley with the dribble. Takes a screen from Carleton, pick and roll. He draws a triple team and puts a little fadeaway at the foul line. Missed the shot. Carleton with a rebound. Up fakes over Valdez. Missed the shot. And Hoey came away with the rebound. Jump ball called. That'll go over to the Rapids. Coach Drake's looking for a foul there, Cherry. Here comes Ponder, picking up the pace a little bit. To Valdez, between the circles. Ponder will take a three. Ooh, in and out. Thought that was going to go in. Carleton with the rebound, and here comes Cordova. Wheatley trying to get around Ponder, finds Goose. Goose waves Carleton up to the top. Hands it off to Fuller. Fuller spins away from the defense, finds Zepeda Soto in the corner. He'll dribble around, take a couple of steps, fade away, miss the shot. Rebound goes to Richardson. Ari will get it up, and quick passes. Reeder right back to Hoey, up and in. 7 points for Aaron Hoey. Here's Carleton. Finds Goose. Goose finds Carleton, who's hacked but no whistle, and the rebound goes to Hoey.
That was a nice pass by Goose, by the way.
Here's Ponder. He'll wisely turn around and reset. Throws it up top to Richardson. We'll hand it back to Ponder. 15 on the shot clock. One hands it over to Richardson. Back to Ponder. Hands it off to Hoey. He'll take a three. With defense in his face and hits it.
That's his second three.
It's 45-21. That's the largest lead of the night.
Yes, it is.
Wasn't a question. Here is Zepeda Soto, and timeout has been called. 5:17 to go, third quarter. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give us a like on your favorite social media. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter with the handle @MasonWebTV. You can also use the handle to find us on YouTube and Twitch. Consider subscribing to Mason Web TV's YouTube channel and hit that bell to be notified the next time we go live or upload a video.
Columbia River has already made 8 threes in this game.
And you know they're 3 points away from what they scored against Shelton last year in that 2-point buzzer loss. So Highclimbers have the ball in the front court. 5:17 to go, third quarter. Highclimbers trail 45-21. Here is Fuller. Finds Carleton. Hand it off to Zepeda Soto. He'll take a three. In and out. Rebound goes to Valdez. He'll hand it off to Hoey. To Richardson to Ponder. Ponder sets a play up. Hands it off to Richardson. To Reeder. Here's Ponder in the corner near side. Trying to get it to Valdez. Good defense by Carleton, but they'll get it down to him. Valdez with a spin in the middle, puts it up. Missed the shot. Carleton with the rebound, handed off to Cordova. Here come the Highclimbers, trailing 45-21. Mason Goose, way outside to Carleton. Handed off to Fuller. Fuller lobs it down to nobody home, and here's Ponder with the ball. Throws it up to Richardson. Richardson to the hoop. A little too hard. Ball slapped out to Ponder. Ponder will get it to Valdez. He'll fake the three, drive in, lose the handle, and it goes right into the hands, I should say, of Omar Zepeda Soto. Valdez is coming up a little gimpy there, Jerry. And here's Goose with a couple of numbers, and there's going to be a foul call on Ponder. That'll be his first. First in the half.
Gabe has had a pretty good game tonight for the Highclimbers. 2 for 2 from the foul line, and
okay. Carter Sharon stepped back onto the court. He replaces Valdez, who kind of landed awkwardly on that drive. So he's going to have to take a look at that ankle, or he's just going to take a rest. They're checking out some moisture on the other end of the court. Make sure there's not anything on the court. And they're going to finally get a towel out there, too. Nope, they're not going to mop it up. Say it's all good. This Highclimber ball after the foul to Ponder. 4:13 to go here in the third quarter. 45-21 is the score. Columbia River with the lead. Shelton with the ball. Inbounds goes to Zepeda Soto in the corner. Omar up top and around to Goose. Mason hesitates. He'll drive down the lane. Stop. Puts it up. Missed the shot. Rebound to Sharon. Now hand it off to Hoey. Get it to Ponder, and here come the Jets up the court. Ponder to three-point arc. One hands it over to Reeder. Adam will try to reverse layup, miss the shot, and rebound goes to Wheatley Cordova. 3:40 to go in the quarter now. Cordova steps back, tries to set the offense. Ponder staying right there with him. Gets a screen from Carleton. Wheatley with a drive and a score. That's Wheatley Cordova's first points of the game. 45-23 to score. Here's Ponder back and forth on the dribble. Out it goes to Hoey. Hoey fakes the three, drives down the lane, puts it up and in. It's 12 points, Jerry.
Yeah, 2 3-pointers and 2 twos and 2 for 2 from the foul line.
Here's Cordova, double teamed.
Yeah, they're all over Cordova.
To Fuller. To Carleton. Hand it off to Goose. He'll fake the three, drive to the paint. Little runner. That goes in for Mason Goose. He gives him 11 points. 2:45 to go here in the third quarter. 47-25. Here's Reeder up top to Ponder. Looking for Sharon. Finds Hoey. He'll get it down to Sharon. Draws a double team, reverse layup, or actually kicked it out. Reeder for a three in the corner. Rattled that one in. They're going to give him the three on that, Jerry. That's Adam Reeder's first three. And a collision. And we're going to get a foul on Reeder, it looks like. The collision right there in front of us, Jerry. That'll be Reeder's second. The second team fouled. Gabe Menifee steps back onto the court for the Highclimbers, as does Journey Bear Perez. Looks like both Reeders are going to be out there today, now, Jerry, as John Reeder stepped back on for the Rapids, and somebody else stepped in. I can't figure out who that is right now. Highclimbers have the ball. Here's Journey Bear Perez. Hand it off to Cordova. Take a three. Bank is open late for Wheatley. He's got 5 points.
It's time for Cordova's warming up.
Here's Ponder. to Reeder. There's John with a scoop, missed the shot, and a little fight for the rebound there for the Highclimbers, and Menifee comes up with it. Here's Cordova. Stops and pops at the foul line elbow. It popped out. Rebound goes to Sharon. Actually, no, that's going to be, yeah, it is Sharon. Nice one-handed pass to John Reeder, and he'll lay it up and in. 52-28, minute and a half to go, third quarter. Columbia River with the lead, Shelton with the ball. Mason Goose loses the handle, tracks it down the sideline. Ooh, I think he got away with the double dribble, goes right to the hoop, puts it up and in. Mason with 13 points. Here's Ponder quickly the other way. Double teamed, and it gets it to Reeder. This is Adam leaving it for Sharon, and the ball stolen away by a combination of Zepeda Soto and Goose. Goose came up with it.
That's the first turnover for Columbia River in this half.
Here's Cordova. Splits the double team, goes right to the hoop, and it blocked and rejected by Fitzwilson. Up to Ponder. Ponder going to take it to the hoop and lay it up and in. 8 points for Hezekiah. And here is Menifee going back the other way for the Highclimbers. Going to drive down the paint, leave it in the middle for Journey Bear. Under the basket with a little hook, and drops it in. Journey Bear with the second basket of the game, and it's 54-32. 30 seconds remaining here in the third. Here's Sharon. Up top it goes to Reeder. Back to Fitzwilson, Back out to Adam Reeder. He'll step back for a long two, in and out and back in. Under 10 seconds remaining here in the third. Here's Mason Goose. Going to take a three. Nope, he's going to leave it for Menifee. He'll take the three and hit it at the buzzer. That's Gabe Menifee's first basket, and we're through three quarters. Columbia River up 56-35.
Mason Health wants you to stay healthy. Are you turning 65? Mason Health can help you maximize all that Medicare has to offer. Did you know Medicare covers preventive services under the Medicare Wellness Program? Medicare coverage includes screenings for depression, diabetes, obesity, and alcohol misuse. You can also get mammograms, pap smears, pelvic exams, and more. Talk to your healthcare provider, or you can find more information on masongeneral.com.
This changes everything. Next TV is here. It's the full-featured digital TV service delivered to your smart TV or connected devices by fast, reliable Hood Canal fiber internet. Record your favorites on a cloud DVR, then watch from anywhere. Pause and rewind live TV, restart or replay shows you've missed, and more. Call or click hcc.net for a special offer on Next TV today.
Waiting for the start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Columbia River outscored Shelton by 2 points in that quarter, the third quarter.
Inbounds to Journey Bear Perez. He'll dribble up top and hand it off to Goose. Goose fakes the three, drives down the lane, puts it up over a crowd, and he's going to be fouled. Mason Goose back to the free throw line. Miles Fitzwilson picks up the first personal foul. Mason Goose is at the free throw line, leading the Highclimbers in scoring with 13 points. First free throw is in and out. Second free throw was short. Rebound tapped and controlled by McCauley. He'll get it to Sharon, Fitzhugh, he lays it up and in. And in a steal nearly on inbounds, but Richardson had his foot on the baseline, so it goes right back to the hands of the Highclimbers. 58-35. Inbounds goes to Goose in backcourt. Rapids are just not letting up on the pressure at all, Jared.
No, they're not.
Comes Goose to the three-point arc. I think some of these kids remember last year's
they
game.
Did.
Here's Goose. Kick it to Cordova for three. That's off. Rebound goes to McCauley. He'll put it on the floor and drive up the, kick it to the corner to Wilson. Lost his footing and somehow got it to Hoey. Back to Richardson, and a three on the way, and off by Sharon. Rebound goes to the Highclimbers. Up pass goes to Menifee. Nice spin move. Off the glass and in. Gabe Menifee with his second basket.
Nice basket by Menifee.
Here's Richardson for Columbia River to Hoey. To Sharon at the top, left alone. Here is McCulley. Got a step by with a hesitation dribble. Out it goes. Away outside for three is Aaron Hoey. 15 points. And it's 61-37. 6:25 to go in the ball game. Columbia River in control right now. Highclimbers trying to fight to stay alive. Here's Gabe Menifee. Gonna leave it there for Journey Bear. He'll put it up and in.
Nice pass by Gabe Menifee.
Here comes McCulley for the Rapids. Trying to get by the defense. He'll leave it there for Hoey. Out it goes to Sharon for three. That one rims off, and the McCulley tracked down the rebound. Throws it up top. Quick pass down the middle. And Sharon missed the shot. The rebound goes to Hoey. Hoey will shuffle it out to the top. Here's a three way outside and in and out. Rebound tapped and then controlled by Menifee. Menifee one-hands it all the way up to Omar Zepeda Soto. He's going to drive to the paint. And he called timeout. No, we have a timeout?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a full timeout. We'll step aside. 5:37 to go in the ballgame. 61 for Columbia River, 39 for Shelton.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Time running out here on the season for the Highclimbers, Jerry, if they can't get something going. 61-39.
Diedrich, it is really hard to beat a team when they shoot 12 for 21 from the three-point land.
Highclimbers have the ball, sideline inbounds, right between their bench and the scorer's table. Fuller will trigger the play. Inbounds gets to Menifee, to Carleton. Hand it off to Cordova. He'll fake the three, drive into the paint, put up a runner, missed it. Oh, he did drop in for Wheatley, and he's now got 7 points, all here in the second half. It's a 20-point lead for the Rapids. 5:15 to go here in the ballgame. Here's Fitzwilson. Over goes to Ponder. This is John, and he threw it right into the hands of Gabe Menifee. Stepped in the passing lane. A little pressure, still some trouble for the Highclimbers. Here's Fuller. Fuller trying to get it across midcourt, and he got the 10 count, and boy, oh boy, Jerry. Highclimbers having trouble getting the ball up the court at this point in the game.
And they're not letting up, Columbia River. They're pressing the whole game.
20-point lead and a turnover for the Highclimbers. And here is the Rapids. Hoey with the ball. Top to Richardson. He'll take a three. Missed the shot. Rebound goes to Menifee. Gabe one hands it up to Cordova. Dangerous pass that was. Here's Wheatley with a pull-up jumper. Short, and Hoey with the rebound. There's going to be a foul on Fuller over the back, I believe. Yep. Jaden Fuller's second personal. It's the first foul on the Highclimbers here in the half, Jerry, as Ponder returns for Shelton.
Yeah. Very few fouls have been called this game.
Ponder returns for Columbia River. He'll get the inbounds. Highclimbers are going to show a little bit of press and one-on-one press, and Fuller backs off. Lets Ponder bring the ball up the court. To Hoey with the pass. Hoey to the three-point arc, hesitates to the foul line, pull-up jumper. That's off the back of the iron. Rebound goes to Shane Gibson, who checked in. Menifee one hands it up to Cordova. He's got a little open lane. He'll up fake and put it up and in. Wheatley Cordova with two.
Nice fake there. Stopped, let the defender go by and shot it.
Here's Reeder going coast to coast, ran into and ran over Matt Carleton, and that'll be a foul on number 15, John Reeder. It's his second.
Matt was set.
He was standing there all day, Jerry.
Huh?
He was standing there all day. It'll be Highclimber ball off the turnover as Adam Reeder steps back onto the court for the Rapids. Menifee will bounce it into Fuller. Dangerous passes. Fuller gets it back to Menifee. Menifee in a fight with John Reeder, and a jump ball is called, and that'll go over to the Rapids. Wow.
Boy, they called that quick.
They sure did. Well, it's either going to be a foul or a jump ball, Jerry. What else are you going to do? Let's keep it exciting here and get a jump ball. Here is Ponder on the inbounds, going to go right to the hoop with a little double pumper, popped out, rebound tapped out of bounds by Fitzwilson. It'll be Highclimber ball. 4 minutes to go in the ball game. 61 for Columbia River, 43 for Shelton. Fuller will get it into Cordova in back court. Here's that pressure. It's been trouble for the Highclimbers all night. Wheatley will bring it across mid-court. Trying to get by Ponder. Ponder reaching, and Wheatley going to pull up the runner in the paint, up and in. He's got 11 points now, does Wheatley Cordova. Here's Ponder back the other way. Oh, stolen out of the air by Fuller. Finds Cordova. Cordova going to stop and pop again, in and out. Rebound goes in the hands of Hoey, I believe. Nope, it's going to be Reeder. Timeout called, 3:27 remaining.
The Highclimbers are not giving up. They're making a cut in that lead, but it could be too late.
3:27 to go in the ball game. 61 for Columbia River, 45 for Shelton. Will step aside for 30.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
Back here in the mini dome. This is the Pigtail game into the Class 2A District 4 tournament. On the boys' side, Columbia River and Shelton in a battle, but the Rapids are winning this battle.
Yeah, Wheatley Cordova's having a good second half. He's got 11 points. They're here in the second half.
Rapids have the ball coming out of the timeout in their back court. Here goes John Reeder. Swinging over to, this is Hoey. Hoey, little fadeaway, and an offensive foul called on Hoey. And that'll be his first. He shakes his head, walking the other way. Reset for some pressure. 61-45, 3:15, 3:16 actually to go here in the ball game. What's the second? Cordova waves everybody off. He'll handle the pressure. There's not much of a pressure. That trip up. Here's Cordova at the top of the key to the foul line. Stops, pops from the elbow, short rebound. Ball kept alive by Carleton and went off the hands of Reeder out of bounds. It'll be Highclimber ball with a baseline inbounds. Right of the backboard. Menifee will trigger the play. Bounce it into Goose. Goose with the back to the basket. Turn around, a little half hook. Missed the shot. Rebound goes to Hoey. Hand it off to Reeder. Here comes John Reeder. Bounce it up to Adam Reeder. No look pass down low, and Hoey missed the shot. Menifee comes up with the ball. Bounce it up to Goose. Goose stops. Leaves it for Menifee. Menifee for three. No. Rebound tapped to Ponder. And the Rapids have the ball with 2:35 to go, and a blocking foul called on Menifee, I believe. That's only the second team foul on the Highclimbers. And that's his first.
Been a pretty clean game.
Here comes Ari Richardson for the Rapids, replacing John Reeder. 2:36 to go in the ball game. The referee Cosin talks to Ponder and Menifee as they're kind of tied up in a little hand fighting before the play begins. Inbounds gets to Ponder. And he'll get by the pressure, find Hoey. Down it goes to Valdez back in the ball game. Fakes the ball. Nice faking though, trying to find to
Columbia River's now taking their time.
No, well, they're going to run a little bit of clock out. Ponder down to 10. Fuller right there with him. Ponder gets by Fuller. Leaves it there in the corner to Richardson for 3. Fadeaway, missed the shot, and Hoey grabbed the rebound, but it didn't hit the rim. It hit the backboard, and it'll be a shot clock violation and a turnover on the Rapids.
But they've been told to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, Jonathan Morales-Hernandez will step on for the Highclimbers. Get some playing time first time tonight. Inbounds goes to Goose. The pressure's still there, just not as tight, Jerry. It's just kind of a presence. Here's Goose breaking by the defense, puts it up and in.
Beautiful move.
Gives Mason 15 points. 61-47 is the score. Minute 45 remaining in the ballgame. Here's Ponder crossing midcourt. He's got Menifee right with him. Gets by Menifee. Nice little pass to Valdez. Triple team lost the ball, but it's going to be a foul on the Highclimbers. I think it's going to go on Gabe Menifee. It does. That's Gabe's second and the third team foul. Carter Sharon is getting ready to step back onto the court for the Rapids as Nico Valdez hit the first free throw. They'll get
5 for 5 for the Rapids from the foul line.
62-47, minute 34 to go. Valdez's second free throw is, it's good. Gives him 7 points. And we have Mason Turner stepping onto the court for the first time tonight, replacing Valdez. And we have 51, who I have no 51, Jerry. I have a 54.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that's Sakai Butcher win. Here's Cordova over to Menifee. Going to hesitate and drive with a double pump. Missed the shot. Rebound goes to Sharon up to Ponder. Ponder's going to go one-on-one. Little nice glass. Kisses it off the glass for the 2. Here's Morales-Hernandez with the ball for the Highclimbers. To Cordova for 3. That's off. Rebound goes to Wynn, I believe. And a timeout is called. We have some more substitutions coming in for the Rapids. As number 11, that is Brooks Greenewald. Is that right? I believe. And number 44, who is Rhett Young, is stepping on as well. And a minute to go here in the game as Turner missed the shot. And the Highclimbers get the ball back off the missed at the rebound. And it's 54.9 seconds, 65-47. The Rapids in control of this game. And they'll get a matchup with Mark Morris on Saturday. Here is Cordova into the corner to Menifee, who somehow gets a little trips and falls. It's going to be a foul called. And I think that went on Rhett Young. Nope, it went on Turner. That's his first. Baseline inbounds for the Highclimbers. Cordova with the ball to Goose. Goose the foul line on the drive. Draws the foul. Puts it up short, but it'll be on the floor. That should be a 1-and-1 for Mason Goose. 36.6 seconds remaining in the season for the Highclimbers, Jerry. I didn't hear who the foul went on, Jerry. Board hasn't posted. Goose got the first of the free throws. He'll get the second one after the make. Is there a 22? Oh, there is a 22, so it was on Tyler Miles as Goose hit the second free throw. 36.6 seconds remain in the ball game. Columbia River with the ball and some of the younger players out there with some playing time as Miles has it. Over to Turner. Here's Greenewald. And a 3 on the way from Wynn. It's off. Rebound goes to Carleton. 18 seconds to go. Here's Wheatley Cordova to Menifee. Bounce it to Carleton. Puts it on the floor and puts a half hook up there that came up short. And the rebound goes to Miles. Miles will run out this clock. So 65 for Columbia River, 49 for Shelton. The Rapids head to Mark Morris on Saturday and into the District 4 tournament. Highclimbers season comes to an end. We will take a timeout. We'll be back. We'll wrap this thing up. Final score, Columbia River 65, Shelton 49.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back, wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
What's the final here in the Mini Dome? The Columbia River Rapids advance to the district tournament to face Mark Morris on Saturday. They did it by knocking off the Shelton Highclimbers 65-49. Leading the way was Aaron Hoey with 15 points, 10 for Hezekiah Ponder, 9 for Ari Richardson, 9 for Adam Reeder, 7 for Nico Valdez, 5 for John Reeder. Let's see here. To say 8 points for Miles Fitzwilson and a basket for Carter Sharon. For the Highclimbers, their leading scorer was Mason Goose. He finished with 17 points. Wheatley Cordova ended up with 11, all in the second half. 7 for Omar Zepeda Soto. 6 for Journey Bear Roy Perez. The basket for Shane Gibson and a free throw for Matt Carleton. As I mentioned, Columbia River heads to Mark Morris, the #1 seed out of the Greater St. Helens League, and they play on Saturday in Longview. So, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Daryl's asking me questions. A lot. Let's just put it a lot. He's asked how many threes. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. I got 10. 10 threes did the Rapids make. I could be wrong. Jerry keeps those stats. I just keep the marks down. And Jerry's got some statistics. Go ahead, Jerry.
Thanks, Diedrich. Nice job tonight calling the game. Columbia River was 6 for 6 from the foul line. They only had 5 turnovers. That's unofficial, okay? But they didn't have very many, I know that. They were 24 for 57 from the field for 42%. They shot 11 for 24 from three-point land. Pretty good shooting percentage, over 40, about 42, 43%. They had 12 assists, or excuse me, they had 18 assists and 26 rebounds. So remember those numbers. 18 assists for Columbia River and 26 rebounds, 42% from the field, 6 for 6 from the foul line, and only 5 turnovers. Shelton was 6 for 10 from the foul line. They had 13 turnovers. They did slow it down. They did cut down on their turnovers in the second half. Shelton had 22 rebounds. They got out-rebounded second half. They had only 8 assists. Mason Goose led the Highclimbers with 7 rebounds, and Menifee and Fuller both had 3 assists. The Highclimbers made 19 of 49 from the field for 39%. They were only 4 for 14 from three-point land. Yes, Wheatley Cordova did heat up in the second half. Mason Goose overhaul and a good game, in my opinion. But Columbia River just played a tenacious, like I said, first half. They, at halftime, they just played a tenacious
pressure defense. They were in your face the whole game.
And very few assists. Did a nice job of passing, hitting the open person, and they were hot from the three-point land. So that's the story.
All right, so Columbia River, as I mentioned, will play at Mark Morris on Saturday. Shelton's season is over. Our next broadcast is still to be determined, as we are waiting to see if North Mason girls get an at-large bid into the District 2-3 tournament, which begins next Tuesday. Otherwise, we're talking baseball and fast-pitch softball beginning in mid-March.
Yeah.
So we'll have quite a few games there as the season goes on. But our basketball season has come to an end for the most part. I don't know if we'll be able to do anything for the North Mason girls. I don't know if that'll fit into our schedule, depending if they get a bid at all. They're right there on the cusp, are the Lady Bulldogs. So, and the Merriam Knight girls lost Tuesday night, so their trip into district is done.
They had a good season in league.
Yeah, they did, and
they were second place.
Yeah, always behind Tahola, always behind Tahola, and they have a good future because all their players are. They had one senior on their team, and they'll be, and
they
you're
got
playing
quite a freshman guard.
They got a couple of freshmen and a sophomore who Haley Morris and Chloe Fletcher. Listen to those names, and of course you can't forget about Lohman. They're not a very big school out there, but they
got some talent.
They got some talent, so they should be good for a couple of years.
And I think the boys improved.
Oh, the Merriam Knight boys, yes.
They did. They played a little better against teams like Lake Quinault.
Right.
And Wishkah.
Yeah.
So.
But they just can't compete with Oakville.
No.
Oh, my. 107 points.
Oakville's amazing.
Yeah, they are amazing. And they actually were playing in their league games towards the end of the season. They were just playing their JV squad because their varsity was just too much for everybody. That's a good program down there in Oakville.
Yeah.
So.
Did they beat North Mason?
Yes, they did. Quite handily. The North Mason boys team did not win a game as well. Anyways, we're getting off topic. My thanks to Jerry Apple.
And to Darryl
I was getting to Darryl White. He snuck out of here like he always does.
But he does a great job with the statistics, with the rebounds, with the assists. We appreciate him.
Yeah, we do. So tonight's final again, Columbia River 65, Shelton 49. And we'll talk to you, well, soon, if not in mid-March.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV powered by HCC was made possible by Hood Canal Communications, committed to providing quality services that exceed customer expectations in voice, video, data, and customer service, keeping our community connected since 1934. Mason PUD 3, connecting our community with safe, reliable, economical, and sustainable services 24/7. And Mason Health, united community, empowered people, exceptional health.
Thanks for watching Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.